What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Friday, May 31st, 2024. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Appreciate you all. Hope everybody's doing well. Happy Friday to you all. We have reached the final day of May on this Friday, and if it's been a week, a lot of conjunct energy, heavy energy, today has the potential to definitely feel a little bit more at ease. So let's take a look at the astrology. If you notice on this chart, there's not a whole lot of red. You know what I'm saying? There's not a whole lot of crazy, square energy, opposition energy. We are very lopsided. We have a lot of stuff on one side of the chart, so there's still like big energy kind of consolidated in certain areas of life, mainly Gemini, Taurus, Aries, and Pisces. But sometimes we gotta focus on specific things, right? We are going to see a moon in Pisces today. It's done with Saturn. We're seeing Mars separate from Chiron, and we're seeing Jupiter trining Pluto exact. And we're also seeing Mercury separate from Uranus, and also the Sun and Venus. They're going to be together for a few more days. It's just so there's so much energy, right, lumped together. But what's really nice is we're starting to see the other side of all of this, you know, powerful energy. We're seeing Mercury come off of Uranus. So we really got the understanding and the download, if you will, of what we value, what's good in life, quality, understanding ourselves better, learning how to self talk, maybe self soothe ourselves better because we didn't have a choice. We had to. Things are going on in life. We had the moon that was, of course, squaring Mercury and Uranus a couple days ago, and now it's making a really nice sextile to Mercury and Uranus. So, I mean, coming off that third quarter square with the sun and the moon, and right before that, the moon square Uranus and Mercury, I mean, there was a lot of like conflicting, sort of weird energy going on. And today is much more chill. It's moon in Pisces. Like, we need to chill or we can create unnecessary chaos in our life. We can dig ourselves into all these holes, but we can also kind of dream ourselves out of them and we can kind of envision, quality and take things step by step to achieve and do more of what we want on a day-to-day basis. This Friday gives a great opportunity to just say, okay, bye. I understand. I was emotionally under attack, maybe by myself or by others, and I'm ready to let some things go. I'm ready to let some things dissolve because I have a better understanding of the quality of life that I want to live, that I want to be. Of course, Jupiter and Pluto in trine is giving us a really like deep investigative quality into our own truth, into our own wisdom, the things that we know in life, a deeper yearning, a deeper knowing. And how do we connect more with that? How do we go into that future? How do we express it more? How do we show it more? We're seeing the sun now conjunct Aldebaran. Venus is getting there. Came off Aldebaran in all of our charts yesterday. Venus is now there. So it is this sort of truth, right? So there can definitely be illusion and deception with the moon coming to Neptune by the end of today, but the sword of truth cuts through all illusion always. We got to let the non-truths go. And it could be a lot of the non-truths we tell ourselves. Um, I had a conversation with someone the other day. I was like, I think I'm destined to be poor. And maybe that's true, but I was like, look, it's not like I'm downing myself for that. Like, I'm not putting myself down. I can still have a quality of life, and not make a ton of money. It's not like I need to tie my worth to monetary value of a system that I think is, you know, dog shit anyways, to be completely honest. So it's all like mindset, right? So it's like, okay, of course, yeah, it'd be great to have a bunch of money and do whatever I want. Like, trust me, someone who wants freedom in life, ultimate freedom, money doesn't hurt. Money does not hurt if you want to do things that you want to do, but it doesn't have to be the quality, right? There's so many things that are of quality in my life, even if I got to work three jobs and barely get by to support me and my kid. Whatever. Um, so it's just different ways of like being like, yeah, seeing bright sides to situations, not getting down on situations. These are all super important right now, but there are truths out there, and there's downloads, and there's like kind of seeing the future. And ironically, I had that thought with Mercury and Uranus together with the moon square it. And then they're also at 20, like, I don't know, some of you know this, and I don't know, I'm kind of going off on a little bit of a wild goose hunt here, but there, Uranus is at 24 degrees, Mercury's at 25. Well, my moon sits at 24 Aquarius. So, yeah, I'm going through some weird Uranus, stuff like, oh gosh, am I even secure ever? And, oh, how do I feel? But that's always how it is with an Aquarius moon, anyways. Like, what is this feeling? I gotta understand it. But we can all be a little bit in that position right now. A lot of air, a lot of fire, and water and earth. So it's a very like strange, it's like we get all of the elements, but all on one side. And a lot of it's in really like immature energy. And I'm not saying that Aries, Taurus, and Gemini are immature. Like if you're an Aries, Taurus, Aries, Taurus, or Gemini, I'm not saying you're immature. I'm just saying that astrologically, those are the first three signs of the zodiac. And they have that sort of beginning, right? Childish kind of nature to it where it's, starting and learning and acquiring and things of that nature. So don't get all upset at me. But we are relearning a lot all the time. And life is that sort of learning, and relearning lesson that we just keep repeating over and over again. So don't take offense to it. But it's a good mindset to have, is to always be relearning right now. Truth will cut away the illusions, but it's okay to dream and to try to free ourselves with a really positive way of understanding ourselves and moving forward, and realizing that things are gonna get better. Things are not always gonna be so consolidated in certain things in certain areas where we feel trapped. So we gotta use this Friday to get out of trapped energy. The only reason today, I mean, I don't want to say that. Like, there's plenty of reasons today could, not be a great day. But a lot of it is our own understanding, our own emotional support system, our own, you know, just root, right? Do we feel grounded? Do we feel, in some ways safe and secure in the vessel, in the body? Or are we just on edge about every thing that can possibly uproot us? And this could be all sorts of different things, right? But there's not, like, today has the recipe to be a much easier day. And I hope that everybody watching can see the truth in that. And then maybe that we overcomplicate a lot of things in our life too. And sometimes it's just decomplicating things, simplifying things, looking at it from more of that childlike nature. And maybe that's why I touched on, the first three signs and how there is I mean, I don't know if immaturity is the right word, but there is, because it's fresh, it's not like, it's more naive. How about that? There's a naivety to this where we want to embrace that and not, get so serious. Like, that's what Capricorn's for. That's what Aquarius is for, and Pisces. Like, these three signs it goes all the way around. They've seen it all, there's a maturity that comes with it. So, yeah, I mean, I hope everybody has a great day. There's a lot of things I think that we can uncover. I think Jupiter and Pluto in trine is a great aspect right now that's uncovering a lot of the last 4.5 years, really showing us the way, and like that there was a lot that was learned. There is a lot of truth that we now have maybe a more linear understanding of, instead of maybe just a hope and a dream. Um, Maybe we can see more clearly now. So we want to embrace like that bit of clarity in to be, quite frankly, a very unclear reality. But there's a lot to dive into, and I think we got to dive into the things that do bring magic into our life, especially today, and see the truth in the magic too, and the truth in the unseen. And maybe that's part of this too as well, with Gemini and Pisces, and finding balance between what is logically real and makes sense and can be expressed, and what might not even exist or ever exist, but seeing that, just having that truth of understanding an imagination or a dream or a vision is powerful in itself. And it doesn't always have to be real, right? Sometimes it's the unseen that can bring the most peace. It comes down to like faith too, right? So uncovering and unburying a lot of just inner faith is another big Jupiter Pluto trine thing that would be, I think, extremely helpful in innovating our knowing of how to get into a future, how to move forward, which Mars passing Chiron definitely wants to do. It's felt a little sludgy there, even though Mars is very strong in Aries. It's like, gosh, I should be so assertive and making things happen right now, and it could just be so much more like feeling buried and beaten, and this is just too much. How am I supposed to keep going? But we do. We always do. It's Friday. Today's going to be badass, right? So we're going to use the badass tarot. Temperance. A male chastity belt. Oh my god, keep that thing locked away. Weird contraption that is. Yeah, I mean, I think we need to maybe temper certain desires we have. I think maybe even Pluto and Jupiter could, be having us want a lot right now. And maybe we need to temper that and really look more consolidated with the Gemini energy behind it. And maybe, really juice our environment for the most, but be patient with the rest instead of expecting some big thing to happen. Kind of like make something big out of something small in, what's close by. And I don't know, maybe we got to tone down certain desires too. I feel like maybe we got to be a little bit more prude with our energy and stop giving it to a lot of different things and really consolidate it in a positive way for the things that we want to see happen. We want to see, come to fruition long term. And it's hard to look long term right now, but what else are you going to do? I love you all. I appreciate you. I hope you have a great day. The astrology's good. There's always something that I could, say, well, there's this, this, and this, but I feel like the tools are there to have a really good close to your week. So I hope everybody does. Love you all. Appreciate you. And I'll see you all tomorrow for the weekend forecast. Much love. Peace.